In Hinduism, it is said that humans are jivas, a jiva. And jiva means thought being, a being made of thoughts. Okay? And this is very distinct from the rest of creation, because the rest of creation can't entirely think. Okay? Of course, like some animals have brains, but the things they think about are defined to their survival and their evolution. And trees, they don't really have a brain at all. Humans, on the other hand, have the potential to choose what to think about, to change their own mind, and to think at a just much higher level. I can choose to just walk into the forest because I feel like it. I want to do this, okay? An animal can't choose what it wants to do. It can't have its own true passion and own true desires. Whatever it wants to do and whatever it desires and wants from life is defined by its instincts. It will just want to do what it is programmed to do, okay? If you are born as a pig, then you die as a pig. And you live as a pig, okay? And living as a pig means that you run around the forest or at a farm, and you eat, and then you sleep, and you fuck, and then you die, But as a human, you have so many possibilities, okay? Your life isn't defined by your survival or by your programming. Your life can literally be whatever the hell you decide to make it. There are humans that decide to live life as rock stars and tour the world. There are humans that decide to live life as a baker and make bread all day. There are humans that decide to just walk into a forest and make a video because they felt like it. There are humans that want to be warriors and soldiers and go to war, for better or worse in some cases, and kill people, There are so many ways to live life as a human. How did I stop here? Oh, wow, it is not solid. As a human, there are so many possibilities, okay? Your life can be whatever you make it, and you can be whatever you make it. You can be whatever you make you. The meaning of being a jiva is that you are defined by what you think, okay? And if you learn to control what you think and design intentionally what you think, then your entire being changes, okay? Humans have the possibility to be a product of their own intentional conscious design rather than being a product of their environment. All animals simply are products of evolution, a product of nature. They do what they do because it's the most efficient way to survive, and they do what they do because they've been programmed to do so by their own genes. All animals are, to a large extent, slaves to their own instincts and survival. And being an animal is still great, and not to disrespect them, but they simply don't have what we humans have. And some humans never learn to use what we have, but we still have it. It's a possibility that you can design yourself and your life just the way you want it, okay? And it all starts with the mind, because whatever you achieve in life, you achieve because of your actions. And all your actions you take because of your thoughts. And all your thoughts are either in your head because the reality brainwashed you, or because you decided, hey, I want to think this way and I want to feel this way. Most people just grow up in their country, in their religion, in their economy and perspective, in their culture, and that defines them. Their mom and dad tells them to be an engineer. The world tells them to work this kind of job. The world tells them to what to like, And then you have your average person. They maybe watch football, and they have whatever office job, and then they get married because it's normal to get married, and then that's it. Okay. Like most humans are just a product of the environment. The environment being society. But if you can learn to design yourself the way that you want to be, instead of letting the world tell you who to be, then you can get what you truly want, okay? Because so many people are starting to wake up and realize that, hey, like, I actually want to do what my heart wants to do, okay? I want to follow my vision and not the world's vision. There are also people who are completely satisfied with just doing as they're told and just living the life that is set out for them by society, you know? And that's cool. Like some people just want to be plumbers. Some people just want to watch football and have a beer. And get married at like 25 and have kids and tell them to do the same. And many of those kids will just want to do the same and be perfectly happy with it. And there is no problem with that at all. But if you are the kind of person who wants to do their own thing, then do your own damn thing, okay? Don't let the world tell you who to be. The matrix or the unconscious world is to at least a large extent perfectly satisfied with being a matrix in an unconscious world. You don't have the right to go to society and just say that, oh man, society is a horrible place and everybody just does what they're told and nobody follows their heart and blah blah blah. Because this is what I used to do. I used to think that the reason that I couldn't do what I wanted to do was because I was born into the matrix, and there are all these things you gotta do and expectations and all that, and I convinced myself that these things held me back, okay? but right now I'm in a forest. I just left the matrix. I just walked out, okay? And surprise, there is no one to tell me what to do, which is great. And now I'm free to do what I want to do and find a way to make that work and find a way to still make a living off of that. And then I can be perfectly happy. Don't let the idea that the world has control over you control you, okay? You are a jiva, a thought being. And if you are conscious, and if you feel like following your heart, that means that you have awakened to that possibility. Most humans are, quite frankly, stuck, Most people are just a product of the environment. They are, in a sense, not different from animals. They just grow up and they just want to, eat, sleep, have sex, and be entertained. And then one day they die. They don't have a higher purpose. And this isn't to shit on the Matrix or shit on normal modern humans, okay? Because most people are perfectly fine with their life and they like it. I'm gonna shit on myself, quite frankly, or rather the man who I was, and anyone else out here who thinks that reality should, or that the society should just conform to their wishes, when, quite frankly, most people are happy just, being simple beings. If you are a higher being with your own sense of direction and guidance and your own big ambitions and visions and desires, then it's your job to realize that and to make that a reality for yourself, okay? Don't go out to the world and tell the world to not be the world, okay? Go in here and figure out to find a way to make it happen. Me going into the world and telling the world to change is just as dumb as going to nature and telling the trees to not be trees and telling them to just have a higher perspective and just think about life, okay? I'm a spiritual, high-minded person, whatever, okay? I'm different, okay? I like thinking about life. I like meditating. Most people just don't. They have zero interest. And me, my previous self rather, having a problem with the world for being unspiritual or for being unaware or for being low consciousness, that's the same as me going into nature and telling the tree to just, be more wise, okay? That would be fucking stupid. The nature of this tree is to be a simple creature and do as a tree does. In the same way, some humans are just not ready to be fully human, okay? Some people just want to be plumbers. Some people just want to watch football and have a beer with the bros, okay? Some dudes just want to play video games all day. And that's fine, okay? Like, why would you have a problem with that? And there are things in the world that might suck or could be better. And the places in the world where you have trouble fitting in or finding a proper job that you like. But then make your own job. Find a way for you to make a living off of your passions. Find a way for you to survive in a way that feels authentic to your being without robbing you of your energy and potential. It's your responsibility, if you have this gift, to realize it. And if you are blaming the world and telling the world to be different, then you are just giving away your power, your responsibility, and your potential for action. And that would suck, because then your life is just less than it could be. Now, I want to go back to the idea of being a jiva, a thought being. I want you to recognize that everything you have in life originates as your thoughts, okay? Because all you receive and achieve in life are based on your actions, and all your actions that you take are based on your beliefs, your thoughts, and your unconscious patterns. Many people will have internal struggle or believe that there is something they can't do because they are not a certain way. I used to tell myself that I couldn't make videos because I was introverted and I was shy, And that used to be true. That used to be the person that I was, okay? I used to be the kind of person who literally couldn't turn on the camera without shaking and thinking, oh, no, I can't talk to people, okay? At the same time, I've always been a contemplative, thoughtful person, okay? I've always just liked wisdom and thinking about life and realizing better ways to do things. And I've always myself found great value and been baffled many, many times by spiritual teachers and just random people on YouTube saying great things that just changed my life forever once I realized that, hey, I can do this, okay? I gain a new perspective and it just changes everything. So I knew I wanted this, but I convinced myself that I can't do it because I'm shy, okay, and I'm introverted, and this is not for me. It's not a possibility. But being shy, rather being anything, is just based on what you are in your head. You believe you are shy, and therefore you are shy. Because your beliefs, fucking flies, your beliefs shape your actions. Once you realize that your beliefs are just something that you have in your head, and that you can actually change them, and that they are actually under your control, then that changes everything. I want you to realize that every single thought you have in your head is just a thought, okay? When you were born as a baby, you were a blank slate, okay? Maybe you had some genetic tendencies, but to a large part, you were just a blank slate, okay? You were completely unwritten. Then the world told you that you weren't good enough, that you should stay humble, be modest, and be shy. Then you had some bad social experiences that maybe taught you to be antisocial, that taught you that it wasn't okay to express yourself and talk. Maybe in class, people ridiculed you for what you said, and you started to feel like what you say doesn't have value. And now you feel like you can't do YouTube videos because, oh, no, because you have all these beliefs. But I want you to realize that these beliefs, you weren't born with them, they came into your head. They were made, okay? If they came into your head, they can come out of your head. If they are made, they can be unmade. I want to say that again. If it came into your head, it can come out of your head. If it was made, it can be unmade. Okay? This is not your true nature. Your true nature is just to be curious. A blank, curious slate. And this is the state that you return to if you meditate for long enough and you learn to disidentify with your identity, with your mental thoughts, okay? You are not your beliefs. You are not your opinions about yourself. You are not your thoughts or your thoughts about yourself. The thought that says, I am too shy to, let's say, do YouTube, that is a thought. And you are aware of that thought. You can see that thought. If you can see something, if you can observe something and be aware of something, then that means it's outside of you, okay? If you can observe this thought, then that means that thought is not you. This thought saying, I am too shy, or I am too weak, or I am not good enough, is just a thought. It literally just sits in your head, okay? And at some point it came into your head. At some point it was made, and once again, if it came into your head, it can come out of your head. If it was made, it can be unmade. If it was written, it can be erased, okay? If you observe your own programming, observe the things that are going on in your head, and you become aware of your thoughts, beliefs, and your thoughts and beliefs, and you realize fully that you can change them at will by journaling, by meditating on them. There are so many mosquitoes today. God damn it. Then you will have fully taken advantage of what it means to be a thought being, of being a jiva. Once you realize that every aspect of yourself you can design consciously, okay? I literally sat down and said, okay, my brain says I'm shy. My beliefs say that what I'm going to talk about is too random and people aren't going to like it. And my beliefs also say that making a YouTube channel is too luck-based and too hard and it's not going to work. And my thoughts said that, what? That people weren't going to like what I do, or that it was going to be too much trouble, too much work. And then I just sat down and was like, no, I don't want to think like this. I don't want to believe these things. I don't want to feel like this. And then I just decided to not feel, think, and believe these things. I literally have an exercise where I write my thought down, and then I just look at it until I realize I don't want to think like that. And then I tell myself why I don't want to feel like that anymore, and then I write it. I cross it out. Okay, it's crazy. Once you become in control of your emotions, feelings, and beliefs, emotions, thoughts, and beliefs, and you realize that you can change them at will because your consciousness is what is aware of these things in the first place, then you can literally just choose who you want to be, okay? We are who we choose to be. Now, most people choose on accident, and most people believe in what the world has told them, and they choose what the world has told them, mind you. And they still believe these things and choose these things unconsciously, but they still choose them, okay? It is still with your own power that you take in a belief from society and put it in here. That you take a thought or an emotion from the world and put it in here. It is still your choice. It is just a choice that is being made on autopilot. If you become fully conscious, then you will say, hey, you know what? This person believes this thing, but I'm not going to believe that, okay? I'm not going to take that in. If someone else tells me that my hair looks bad, then I have a filter that says, hey, this is not my thought, and I don't want to have this thought, so I'm just going to leave it here. Because I have my own way of being that I prefer. If someone else tells me that making music is a bad business, or very hard, or that it's going to be impossible or unfeasible to make a music career, then I also have a filter that says, hey, you know what? I don't want to think this. I don't want to believe in this. Get it out, okay? Because I'm aware when something is trying to enter my mind. It's crazy. How many fucking flies? And when something is in my mind, I'm also aware that this is just a thought, okay? And if suddenly I'm meditating or I'm trying to do something and it triggers me, let's say I'm first time I tried doing a video, my mind just went, bro, we can't do this. No. I would tell myself that I was going to be, too shy, or people was going to think that what I was saying was crazy, or that, I don't know, what was he even saying? But I was just telling myself like all these excuses not to do it, and all these reasons why my unconscious thought it was a bad idea. And then I just took those thoughts one by one and was like, here's why I don't want to think this. Here's why I don't want to believe this. Here's why I don't want to feel this way. Now get out, okay? That is what it means to be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. That you can control them at will because you are aware of them and you are aware that they are not you, okay? Once you have this control, then you are a thought being. You are whoever you choose to be. And that is the truth. As a human, you are who you choose to be. Because you have the possibility to be exactly as you choose to be. You can be your own God in a sense. You can be made in your own image. Because God has made you with a part of his own essence. You are a creator. You can create yourself. And we are who we choose to be. And this is always true. Because even those who live life on autopilot, or those who don't believe in themselves, they choose to be the people who they are told to be. You still believe in and give power to the world that tells you to be inauthentic, that tells you to just do as everybody else does, or tells you to get a normal job that you don't like, okay? You still believe in what they are saying, and you still choose to do as they say. So you still choose who you want to be. You just make the wrong choice, and you let someone make the choice, okay? It is still by your power that you take action to becoming this wrong version of yourself that is incongruent and inauthentic to your heart. It is still with your own power and actions that you do that, okay? And some people don't believe that it's possible for them to create a different life, or to live in control, or to do as they please and follow their heart. But that is once again something that you choose, okay? You have so much control over your mind that you can choose to believe that you don't have control over your mind. You are so free that you can choose a life where you don't feel free. You have so much power over yourself that you can even choose to believe that you don't have power over yourself. Okay? Because everything is possible. Everything is a dream. Everything is simply consciousness at the end of the day. Okay? Not that I'm wise enough to explain the intricacies of this shit or to fully grasp it myself yet. But at the end of the day, everything is just thought. Okay? The universe itself is a big thought. I'm going to get back on track so I don't start talking gibberish. But you literally have so much, you have the seed of God within you. You literally have so much God-given power that you can choose to believe that you do not have God-given power. Okay? You are so powerful that you can choose to believe that you don't have any power at all. You have so much of a say in what your life is that you can choose to have a life where you think and believe that you don't have a say in what your life is. You are so divine that you can choose to live a life where you don't feel divine. So that you can then have the experience of coming back to what it means to be God. Now I was about to come up with some real facts, but I lost it, so I gotta get back on track here. You are a thought being, which means that your thoughts create your actions, create your reality, okay? If you learn to embody that fully, then you will be a result of yourself and not your environment. And even when you are a result of your environment, it is because you chose to give your own power to that environment. You chose to give your own faith and trust to that environment, to the matrix, to the world, instead of believing in yourself. Because there are so many possibilities in life that even one of those possibilities is that you are stuck thinking that there are no possibilities. You are so free that you are free to even believe and experience a prison, okay? You have so much power that you can even have the power to believe that you are powerless. That is what you are experiencing right now. If you still feel stuck. If you still feel as if life is not in your control. If you still feel that you are not in your control. The only thing separating you from your dream life is you taking actions towards that dream life and figuring out what that dream life is, which starts with figuring out why you haven't taken those actions in the first place. Figuring out what beliefs hold you back from dreaming of that life or imagining it or thinking that you are unworthy of it. And then all the beliefs that make you think that you don't have the power. Fucking flies. And then all the beliefs that make you think that you don't have the power to achieve these things, to chase them. All the things that make you believe that you can't take action. Once again, using myself as an example, I had to look at why I felt too shy and too this and that to make YouTube, okay? And those things were just thoughts in my head. Maybe you want to build a cabin in the woods. And you think, I can't do that because I'm not strong enough and I don't know how to build a cabin. Well, then guess what? Change your mindset about thinking what you can, and then learn and then grow, okay? Of course you can change, obviously. Of course you can grow muscles big enough to do physical labor. And of course you can go online and look at how you build a cabin. This fucking thing has all the information you will ever need to do whatever you want. Literally. Just ask, hey Google, how do I make bread and how do I start a bakery? And there will be YouTube guides on how to do these things, okay? Hey YouTube, how do I start a tech company? How do I make music? That's what I asked, okay? I just realized, hey, I like music, so why not figure out how to make it? And I just asked my magical rectangle, hey, how do I make music? And surprise, there are wonderful people who have decided to give me value through the form of videos, easily explaining to me how to make music, how to mix, master, and produce and all that. Even how to write songs in a more efficient manner, or how to use rhymes and poetry and rap. There are even great people explaining flow and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Whatever you want to learn, you can literally just ask the internet and there will be people out there who already live the life that you want to live and can give you the answers. All you have to do is be willing to learn and be willing to change, and then you can literally make anything happen. Because you are a jiva, you are a thought being, you are who you choose to be. Who you are is completely within your own power, okay? I want you to realize that. Who you are is completely within your own power. We are who we choose to be. Get that tattooed inside your brain. You are who you choose to be, because you are, at the end of the day, whatever you believe to be true. The thoughts you have, the beliefs you have, and the emotions you have shape who you are, shape your actions, shape your results, and shape your reality, okay? Because you are a jiva, a thought being. If as I used to believe, that, getting in nature was dirty and maybe you'd get sick, or too cold, or it was, too much of a hassle to get out here. Well, I don't know, that that I just thought it wasn't really a possibility. And surprise, I sat in my room all day and played video games and, didn't really like my life. And then one day I was like, hey, maybe I should just try it and take all these thoughts and throw them in the trash. And now I'm here. And, I'm really fucking happy. And life is great. And, taking all those thoughts and throwing them in the trash where they belong was a really, really good idea. Okay? So whenever a negative thought comes up, whenever something comes up that limits you, whenever you embrace that, whenever you encounter resistance, whenever you have a goal and you have something in your head that tells you, nah, bro, we can't do this because blah, 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 then just look at that thought and realize it is not you. Look at that emotion and realize it is not you. Look at that belief and realize it is not you, because you can look at it. You can observe it, okay? You can't observe something if it is you. And then just ask yourself, honestly, do I want to feel this way? Do I want to think this way? Do I want to believe in this? And if the answer is no, then don't. Why would you choose to believe in something that limits you? Why would you choose to think something that limits you? Why would you choose to feel something that limits you? When you truly realize this, that your entire being is arbitrary, that you can change and consciously rewrite every part of yourself, then life becomes like a comedy. Like, shit, bro. I really spent 21 years not living life to the fullest, not doing whatever I wanted all the fucking time, believing in things that weren't true, that I'd just been told and never questioned. And now I'm like fully aware for the first time ever, okay? It took me 21 years to become aware. To realize that my life is whatever I make it, that I'm who I choose to be, and that I have the power to make my reality a paradise. It's going to take effort and time, of course, but this is the fundamental truth. And if you don't embody this truth, then the only person who will suffer, the only person who will, not take advantage of this truth is you. Okay? So do yourself a favor and be who you choose to be and make life what you choose to make it. Because anything else would just be silly, okay? To wrap this up, you are a thought being. You are whoever you choose to be, and you can question everything that you are told, everything you believe, and everything that you feel. And by doing so, you can consciously design your own being, which will then consciously result in all your actions, which will create a conscious reality for you. Or you can just pretend and believe, in which case you still give your own power, your own creative power, your own imagination and free will, and you still give your feelings, your faith, your belief, and your thoughts to whoever, and I'm burping right now because I'm spitting facts, to whoever is telling you lies, okay? That's like having a sword in your hand. You have the power right here, okay? And someone else tells you that you should chop yourself up, okay? You should kill yourself. And then you believe in what he says, okay? Or rather, he doesn't tell you to kill yourself. He tells you that this sword is actually his, okay? He tells you this is his sword. And then he goes over and he takes it. Rather, you give the sword to him and he cuts your head off, okay? That's what most people do. They have full power over who they are and who they want to be and what they want their life to be like, but they let the Matrix or someone else convince them that they don't, okay? You let people convince you that you don't have the power. And when you do that, you give it away. And then the Matrix will use your own power to ruin your life. And then you will work a job you don't like, in a city that is bad for you and full of pollution, and eat crappy food with crappy people and have a crappy life. To realize that you are a jiva is to realize that the power is in your hands, and to realize that anyone telling you otherwise is lying to gain advantage over you. Okay? The devil is not powerful enough to beat you, so he has to convince you to beat yourself. Okay? The devil is in a sense yourself, because the matrix exists to have you question yourself. The question is, the matrix is here to question your faith in your own power, to question your faith in God, God being an extension of yourself. The matrix is here to test you, okay? If you fail the test, then the matrix will have you create a horrible life for yourself. Because you don't believe in your own power, even though that the power that you are using is the exact thing that they are using to create a horrible life for you, okay? War exists not because soldiers want to go and kill each other for no reason, but because there are two, nations that convince their own people that, we gotta go to war with these other dudes because there is no other way, and they are bad people, and you just gotta shoot them, okay? At the end of the day, all the soldiers are just like people. Like, if they didn't see themselves as soldiers, they wouldn't shoot each other. If they hadn't been told by their own nations that they were at war, they wouldn't kill each other. War exists because two nations convince individual people that they don't have the power to choose their life and do as they want to do, and that something is must be done, that there is no other way. I mean, there was what was it? In World War II, on Christmas Eve, there was like some trench in no man's land where they just held Christmas, okay? Like on Christmas Eve, all the soldiers just decided to go up and sing Christmas carols, okay? There were like some people during World War II that just started singing Christmas songs on Christmas Eve, and all the soldiers just got up and danced together, okay? And then the next day they kept shooting, of course. But they literally realized on Christmas Eve that, like, hey, we are just people who think that we are from one country because we've been told our whole lives that this is our country and this is what we fight for. And the other side, the same. And they just got up and danced together. The devil can only make us fight each other, make us use our own power against each other, when they make us believe that it is out of our control, okay? The devil can only hurt you when he makes you believe that you don't have your own power. The devil is not strong enough to beat you, so he has to convince you to, destroy yourself. The devil cannot beat the God in you because God is all-powerful, so the devil has to convince you to use your own power against yourself. That is what is going on in the Matrix, okay? And I gotta cut this off, okay? I just ramble all fucking day. Which is great because I can just pump out YouTube videos, okay? And hopefully there are going to be some people out there that find value in what I say and don't think I'm too crazy, even though I just ramble on without any citations or references to anything whatsoever. Everything I say right here just came out my ass, okay? My point is, you are a jiva, a thought being. You have the power to design yourself and your reality, and anyone telling you otherwise is trying to gaslight you into, giving you their power. So don't do that, because that would just be silly. You are God. Make no mistake. Okay? It's going to take time to realize that, and it's going to take time to embody that, and it's going to take time to work on your mind and work on your life. But you are God. Make no mistake. You are blessed, okay? I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you as an externalization of your own God, okay? You are blessing yourself right now because the entire universe is just a reflection of who you are. Right now, you are blessing yourself, okay? So, bless yourself. Have a good fucking day. And be a jiva.